You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Shout out to Klay Thompson finally coming back, man. To just kind of transition to that same team. Glad to see him back, because he's been out for a long time. I almost forgot he was even a player, you know what I'm saying? Like
he was gone for like a year, 2 years and a half.
Yeah. And he looked like he's 100%. He's back to what he's doing. Golden State already was one of the best teams in the league without him, and now you add him to the mix. It's gonna be a tough go for the rest of the league. But I feel good about our boys though. I feel real good about our boys. Coach Spo doing another tremendous job because he's doing it with dudes called Guy. Dudes called Guy. There's just literally a guy named Guy who's out there.
Well, he wet though.
Yeah.
He wet though. Like, come on, man, splash.
Yeah, man. Like him and then the other dude, Utes, what's his name?
Yurt7.
Mm-hmm. He's the truth.
Yeah.
Dude is the truth, man. Like
16 rebounds.
Big man that can play. He can rebound. I mean, he can run the floor, make passes. He can score. I mean, he's like everything that you need to back up Bam, or play together. Once Bam comes back and Jimmy comes back, this is going to be a dangerous
Quick question. I know Dedmon got injured.
Yeah.
Was it something serious? Or he just
know.
Got injured and he's going to be out a few weeks?
I actually don't know how serious his injury is,
Yeah, I need to see because, that was a good big man as well. We wouldn't have heard about Yurt7, because he still was in the G League. But, I mean, I just want to ask that. You can go ahead.
But, yeah, I'll just, the team I think is legit, I think they're the best team in the East, to be honest. I mean, I know the record doesn't show right now. We did lose some injuries, but I mean, the only consistent player really has been Tyler Hero. He's the only one who hasn't been injured at any point, I don't think.
Baby gold.
But Duncan Robinson has been okay. He's been sometimey.
He need to get traded.
I agree with you 100%. I think you're paying him way too much money, and I think somebody would pay for his contract because he's a shooter. Teams want shooters. But everybody else, I would keep on this team. Kyle Lowry, I mean, he's been playing pretty well. I mean, he's been what he is. He hasn't been like setting the world on fire. He's been the same guy that he's been these past few years. He's pretty solid. He's consistent is what he is. He doesn't give you, he's not going to drop 30 points on you, but he's going to give you, maybe 17, and he's going to give you maybe 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? He's consistent. Him and Tyler Hero, it's weird for me to say it, but kind of been carrying this team to where they are right now with the injuries to Bam and injuries to Jimmy Buckets. So I'm really excited about this team and what they can do. And shout out to Coach Spo for making it work. And the GM in the front office bringing these teams these players from the G League, because they just coming out here and just balling like they've been in the NBA forever, So the Heat by far and away has been the class of Miami sports for the past 20 years, I guess you could say. Maybe more than that, 25 years.
They've been holding it down for Dade-County.
Holding it down, bro. Like, because without them, I mean, where would we be at? You know what I'm saying? Georgia just won the national championship on Monday. And they ain't won championships since 1980. It seemed like they should have. They've had some great teams, some great players over the years. I mean, Todd Gurley, Matt Stafford, I mean, AJ Green. I could go on and on for all the great players that Georgia has had. And They have not won a championship in 40 years. When they made that interception at the end of the game, people was crying. And that's how I feel I'm going to feel when the Hurricanes win again. Because it's only been 20 years, but it feels like 40. You know what I'm saying? It's only been 20, 21 years now.
It's been like that because you're thinking about the Dolphins as well, the Dolphins and the Canes. That's why it seemed like 40.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like that long, but I mean, that win by Georgia made me feel like we got a chance. We got a chance. Alabama, they're not impossible to beat. They like the boss in a video game. It takes a while to beat the boss at the end of the game, but you end up beating them eventually, and they ain't going nowhere. Obviously, they're gonna lose a lot of guys, but they got the most important player coming back next year, their quarterback, who I think is gonna be the next Kyler Murray to me. But yeah, I mean, back to the Heat. They're the team that's been holding it down, and I think they're the favorite to come out the East.
Yeah, man. But when people talk about they don't talk about the Heat. Again, I was just having this same conversation with someone where I was getting something to eat, and a dude seen my Heat shirt that I was wearing, and he started talking about the Heat, and I'm like, what the hell? But then I looked down at my shirt, and then I'm like, all right, I know what you're talking about. But anyway, they don't talk about us when we do good. They don't talk about us only when we do bad. When we do bad, they're gonna talk about us. But when we do good, But again, like we've been saying on MarcWes Sport Podcast, they hate us because of our weather, our beaches, and our women. And it is what it is. But
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yes. People hate what they want to be. We live where you want to vacation. But at the end of the day, like you stated, Yurt 7 is doing good, big man. I think he had 16 rebounds in one game, consistent with the shot. In the beginning, I think he had a little bit of butterfingers. He wasn't as consistent in front of the rim as he was in the G League. But then he wind up, getting comfortable, and he's back to almost that person in the G League. I think he was still a little better in the G League, but again, the competition is better in the NBA. So of course that's understandable. But like you said, Klay Thompson came back, to a team that's already been dominating in the out West. But like you stated again, I think the Miami Heat is the best team in the East. The actual numbers may not say that, but we've been injured practically half the season. And we don't even have Jimmy Buckets, we don't have Bam Adebayo, but we have certain players that's stepping up, people from the streets, like you said, Guy, Yurt 7, you have Kyle Lowry, been doing his thing, driving the ball, pushing the basketball, trying to get everybody involved, but Baby Goat is who's holding it down. Baby Goat is who's doing his thing. The guy is like 25, 30 points a game, and he's coming off the bench. Imagine if he started.
Right.
That's kind of how it was.
On the bench, though.
Yeah, they need to keep him on the bench, because that's exactly what they did when Dragic was doing good. Dragic used to look good coming off the bench. Probably because some individuals probably a little bit more tired. You better than the second unit, whatever it is. It worked. And we still don't have Oladipo. I posted on our page, him, he's looking good, and he's doing the sky hook, I'm like, he's doing a sky hook and making it consistently. He did it like 5 times in a row and made them all 5 times. He's not somebody that I need doing that. I kind of need Yurt 7 and Bam doing that when he come back, or Dedmon, but just the plain fact that you could do that. You don't see a lot of people doing the sky hook. When you're trying to come back from rehab, they're doing free throws, 3-point shots, mid-range game. And if you got a knee injury, they're doing a lot of knee workouts, But again, when you bring that team back, Jimmy Buckets, Bam Adebayo, Dedmon, with the Oladipo, with that core that we already got, everybody know who's the guy you're going to give the ball to in the end. It's going to be Jimmy Buckets. But with these shooters that we have now, Guy,
We got shooters.
we got Whiteside, we got shooters down here. You could give it to anybody, and I'm pretty sure they're consistent enough to make the shot. It just looked good. Something that the Dolphins need. Unlike other people, our owner in Miami, he lives in Miami. Pat Riley is known to give you what you don't want to hear. That's why they call him the Godfather, but he's still going to have that relationship. And then you have everyone else beneath him loyal and running it a certain way. So that's kind of the difference between Miami Dolphins and the Miami Heat. But again, it is what it is. We're looking good. You spoke on the Panthers. The Panthers are looking good. You seen Kodak Black doing his thing over there. You didn't see what he was doing?